Hey guys, it's Dylan. Today we're going to talk about muscle development and muscle soreness. Those two things do go hand in hand, and it is a lot of the integral workings of how your muscles build. Now, what we're going to talk about is predominantly delayed muscle soreness. Now, this describes the pain, the soreness, and the stiffness that you usually get, between 12 to 48 hours after you work out, especially at the beginning of a new exercise program or after you make a dramatic increase in the duration or the intensity of your workout. Now, this muscle pain is a normal part of the adaptation process that leads to the greater stamina and strength as your muscles recover and build. The technical term for this is hypertrophy, and the layman's explanation of that is the growth and the increase of size of the muscle cells. Now, resistance training, weight training, what we do is referred to as progressive overload, and this is the most important part of the hypertrophy or the muscle building. Aerobic exercise, which is your cardio and stuff like that, aren't a integral part of that the way progressive overload is. So obviously with increasing the weight, your reps and your sets, this is what has all the positive impact on the muscle growth. Now, this kind of muscle pain, it's not the same as the pain that you usually experience or you can experience during the actual exercise, like a strain or a sprain, which is, you can recognize that typically as an abrupt or very sudden pain which occurs during the activity. And that typically will be followed by swelling, sometimes immediate swelling depending on the severity of the injury. If it's not as severe, the swelling will happen maybe a little bit later, and you typically will get bruising with that. So now the delayed muscle soreness, that typically will reach its peak within the first couple of days after your workout and will tend to subside over the next couple of days. If you notice that, if you do split workouts where you'll do upper body one day, lower body the next day, aerobic the third day, and then within a couple of days you just start getting that real, soreness. This is what we're talking about as far as the delayed onset muscle soreness. Now, where the muscle tissue portion of this comes in is that this delayed soreness, it's a result of microscopic tearing of those muscle fibers and the body's reaction to those tears by sending white blood cells to that tissue to heal it, much like our body sends white blood cells to infections and the like. The amount of tearing and soreness will depend on how hard or how long you exercise and what type of exercises that you do. Any movement that you aren't used to can lead to the delayed onset muscle soreness. So now in dealing with this muscle soreness after you exercise, there's a few things you can do. One of the things is using what's called active recovery. Now, what this translates into is like performing easy, low-impact aerobic exercises to increase your blood flow. And this has been linked with diminishing the muscle soreness. Like after an intense workout, you use it as part of your cool down. Now, personally, I like to do like 5 to 10 minutes on my elliptical trainer. If you're working out at home and you don't have access to a piece of equipment like that or a treadmill or anything like that, you can do a brisk walk, for about the same amount of time. Stretching. Later on in the series, we're going to go over some stretches that you can be doing, when you're warming up, during the exercise, and after. There's the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory over-the-counter drugs, which, I'm not going to go into too much detail about because, like I said in the previous episode, I'm not a doctor or a pharmacist, but you need to be careful that, taking ibuprofen or naproxen is not recommended prior to doing your exercise, because you can actually with the way that it works in your system, you can actually overtrain very easily because you're not feeling the typical discomfort that you would be had you not taken any type of pain reliever. One of the things that's really, really important prior to any exercise is to warm up. Get those joints lubricated and get blood flowing to those muscles prior to, because if you're cold and you're stiff and you go in there and you start going for it, your chances of injuring yourself increases greatly. Now, really important, if any pain that you experience post-workout lasts longer than 7 days, consult your doctor. There could be other injuries that you're not aware of that the working out will aggravate, that you should get checked out right away. So that's going to be it for this installment. I hope it's helped you understand a little bit better what our bodies are doing when we're working out. Next installment, we're going to go over something that I learned about fairly recently, and that's something called the 10% rule. And it is really helping me pace myself a little bit better so that I don't injure myself. It's a good bit of information, and we hope you check in to learn all about that. So until then, you guys take care, have a safe workout, and we'll talk to you soon.